Hello, everyone. It's Tuesday, which means it's time for another episode of Tuesday Live at 5. This is Lena Gersa. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Cambridge, Ontario, Canada, and I am super excited to share with you today these happy, sunny, full of color cards that I've made using the Under My Umbrella bundle. Now, I don't know about where you live, but right now it is actually snowing, yes, the S word, outside my house. And I have had enough of the dreary, gloomy weather, so I decided to create my own little bit of sunshine by using some of the retiring in colors on our projects today. So first of all, let me talk about the bundle. So this is the bundle. It is a punch bundle. So we have the Under My Umbrella stamp set, which is absolutely adorable, and the coordinating punch. Now let me talk about this stamp set for a minute. Any stamp set that has images and sentiments is an awesome investment. Why? Because it gives you everything you need to make really cute cards. The punch is a great add-on, but not necessary. Or not necessary. Can I talk today? Apparently not. Not necessary, because these images that it punches out are really quite easy to fussy cut, with the exception maybe being the handle of the umbrella. So this is convenient. Sure, it makes it easier, but not necessary. Now, that said, this bundle is one of the lowest price bundles we have offered in quite some time. This is it here in the catalog. It's on page 42 of the January to June mini, and it is priced here in Canada at only $39.50, which is an amazing price for this product. So we're going to make, as I said, these 3 cards today, and I have focused on the in colors that are going to be retiring very, very soon. Now, let me just pull up my live video here on my iPad so I can see who is watching. Let's see. There we are. Okay. Who's here? Anybody here yet? Oh, nobody's here yet. Oh, Julie's watching. Hi, Julie. How are you doing? Hope you're having a good day. So, the 5 colors that are retiring are some of my favorites, and they are so cheerful and happy. Now, you need to know that tomorrow the retiring products list is going to post. And when that happens, everything that is on that list, so all the products that are retiring, are going to be available only while supplies last. Okay, so anything related to the outgoing in colors will only be available while supplies last. So if you have not yet picked up the coordinating products for these in colors, whether it's cardstock, embellishments, this cute DSP, you're going to want to do that today. Okay, don't wait, because tomorrow, as soon as that list posts, they're going to sell out. I guarantee you they'll sell out within 24 hours. Cardstock and re-inkers for sure. Okay, hi Gail, hi Krista. Thanks for joining me today. All right, so we're going to start with this cute card. This is the one I posted earlier today, and I just love how cheerful it is. It just makes me happy. Like I said, yesterday was a hard day. Is anybody finding that you have good days and bad days during this whole social isolation thing? Yesterday was not a good day for me. I spent a lot of the day crying, and it was just not a good day. And so I came down last night and decided I was going to make a rainbow for myself, and this is what I came up with. So I'm going to show you exactly how I did that. It's really quite straightforward. I'm going to start with my card base. So this is thick Whisper White cardstock. It is 4 1/4 by 11 inches, and it's scored in the middle at 5 1/2. So I'm going to fold in half along my score line to create my card base. Now I want to make sure I burnish that really well, because I want it to lay nice and flat while I'm gluing these little guys on. There we go. Okay, so now I have strips of the in color DSP. So this DSP pack is 6 by 6, and it has gingham. It has other patterns as well. There's gingham on one side, there's argyle on the other. There's also a really great script pattern, and then sort of a mosaic pattern as well. This DSP is retiring, so it has just the 5 in colors in that pack. Okay, so I've gone with a gingham. I absolutely am a sucker for gingham. I love it, and so I am using gingham like crazy right now, because it makes me feel like spring too. So I created my rainbow here, and I basically started with the shortest piece of scrap that I had. So this is, I think, 4 inches, 4 by 3/4. So each one of my strips is 3/4 of an inch. This is 4 inches long. And so then I started cutting strips. So I've got a 4, I've got a 4 1/4, I've got, whoops, put that in the wrong order, 4 1/4 there, 4 1/2, 4 3/4, and 5. Okay, and that's what gives me my little cascading rainbow there. Okay, so we're going to start by gluing those down. Now you want to make sure you lay this out before you glue it, okay, because you're going to want to make sure you get your spacing right. So what I actually do is I glue my far left and far right ones down first, then my middle, then the other two, and that helps me get them spaced. So I'm going to use a little bit of Tombow again because that gives me my wiggle time. So we're going to pop that on there and get that nice and straight. Okay, and then I'm going to come over and do the one on the far right. So this is the lovely lipstick. The one I just glued down is Blueberry Bushel. So Blueberry Bushel, lovely lipstick. And then I'm going to do the one in the middle, but first I'm going to get these spaced exactly the way I want them. So this one is Grapefruit Grove. This is Pineapple Punch, and Call Me Clover. So those are the colors that are going to be going away. So if you have any of those ink colors, or ink pads, I mean, you may want to pick up your re-inkers like today, because I guarantee you within a day of that list posting tomorrow, they're going to be gone. Okay, so I'm going to add my Pineapple Punch. Hi, Debbie Colby. How are things? Hope you guys are doing okay down there in Virginia. And then I'm going to add my Grapefruit Grove. So we're going to slide that in between the two. And again, I'm doing, it's about a 1/16 of an inch border between these guys here. And then we're going to add our Call Me Clover. Just like that. Okay, with these little strips of paper, you do not need to use a lot of glue. In fact, less is more. There is some exciting news about new adhesives coming in the new annual catalog. Let me just tell you, those of you who know my love for Fast Fuse, there was some very, very happy news tomorrow. I'm not going to say anything about what's coming in the catalog. We had some great news yesterday, so I'm going to leave it at that. All right, we are going to ink up our sun. So I made a sun. I wanted it to look like a sun, but I wanted it to have a bit of dimension. So what I did is I punched a starburst and a 2-inch circle out of Pineapple Punch cardstock. And then I'm going to take my ink pad and we're going to just sponge around the edges of each one of these punch shapes. And that's just going to give some shadow and some shading and depth to make our little punch art sun look a little bit more interesting. So we're just going to sponge all the way around the edges. Thanks, Debbie. We are doing well too. We are, plodding along here. Max is doing his online schooling. I'm doing my distance teaching, which is interesting. I never in 100 years imagined that I would be teaching instrumental music online, but here I am. I wouldn't say I'm killing it, but I am doing it. Hello, Peggy. How are you doing? Hope you are doing well and staying safe. So now that I've sponged my pieces, I'm adding some dimensionals to the back of my circle, and I'm just going to pop that on and layer it and give my sun a little bit of interest. So we're just going to pop that in the center just like that. Okay, and that's going to go on our card up there. All right, next we are going to stamp our sentiment. So this is a die cut with the stitch nested labels dies. It's cut from Whisper White cardstock. And I'm going to ink up my Hello Sunshine stamp. And I'm going to stamp it sort of towards the bottom right of my little die cut here. Okay. All right, we're going to set that aside for a minute. Now I have a little bit of scrap Whisper White cardstock, and I'm going to ink up my umbrella stamp, and I'm going to stamp it in Memento black ink, just on that little scrap of white cardstock. And then I'm going to use some of my Stampin' Blends. Now there are Stampin' Blends for some of these in colors that are also going to be retiring. Okay, so if you have these colors, you may want to consider picking up these Stampin' Blends because they are awesome to coordinate. So I'm using the dark Pineapple Punch, dark Call Me Clover, and dark Lovely Lipstick to color my umbrella. Okay, so again, watch for these. They are going to sell out really quickly after the retirement list posts tomorrow. Okay, don't say I didn't warn you if you miss out, because every year I have people that miss out. They wait too long and they miss out getting coordinating products. So if you have any of these colors and you have not yet picked up the coordinating products, I would strongly encourage you to do that. So I'm coloring each section of the umbrella in a different color. So the first one I did was Pineapple Punch, and I'm not doing any shading here, I'm just filling it in. The middle one was Call Me Clover, and then I'm going to finish with Lovely Lipstick. And I actually have to use my bullet tip of this one because my brush tip on this one has pretty much had it. It's a good thing this one's retiring. I don't need to worry about replacing it because I tend not to use retired products once they're gone. I just don't have enough time for personal crafting. I'm too busy doing my day job and getting ready for videos and classes. So I only use current products. Okay, so there is my umbrella. We are going to use our punch. Where did I put the punch? There it is. We are going to slide this in the punch. So it's just really important to think about what the shape of the punch is when you go to insert it. So when you're stamping your umbrella, you want to make sure you stamp it right side up and near an edge so it slides in and punches easily. The other thing that is nice to do is to be able to use narrow strips of cardstock whenever you're using a builder punch. Okay. All right. Hello, Jamie Anderson. How are you doing? Hope you guys are well. Okay. The other thing I need to do, and I almost forgot, is stamp the handle. So I'm going to ink that up just with some black ink. And the handle on the punch actually is upside down. So how am I going to do this? I'm going to do it like this. We're going to stamp it down there, and then I'm going to pop that into the punch. Probably I'm going to trim off a little bit there, and we're going to punch that out as well. So it's just a matter of centering your image and popping it out. Okay. All right, so now we have an umbrella and we have a handle. So that is going to go on kind of to the side like this. Okay, so I'm going to glue my handle down first. I'm just going to use a glue dot just on the top portion. I'm not really worrying about the bottom part. So I'm going to glue that on right about there. And then this is going to get popped up with a couple of dimensionals. Hi, Kim Bowdering. How are you doing? Hope you guys are keeping well. We're going to just pop that on here. Just like that. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and glue our sun to the back of the right side. Okay, so I'm going to add just a little bit of fast fuse there. Got to make sure I'm doing it on the right spot. And we're going to pop that just like that. Okay, so now I have my piece ready to go. But before we put it on, we're actually going to add our little flowers. Now I need to show you how I got the 3D effect with these flowers. Can you see how they kind of stand up from the card? So I'm going to show you how to do that. It's really simple. If you have a take your pick tool and you have a Stampin' Pierce mat. Now if you don't have a Stampin' Pierce mat, any soft surface will do. If you have a mouse pad, an old mouse pad, that'll work. But you do need to have a stylus. So all I do to make those flowers curl is I start in the middle with my stylus and I'm just in the center of the flower, kind of going around and around and around. And you see how the flower just curls up? It's kind of amazing the way that works. So same thing here, just going to go around and around. There we go. And another one here. So I'm using all of the coordinating colors, the coordinating cardstock that goes with that DSP. So we've got Blueberry Bushel, Pineapple Punch, Lovely Lipstick. This one is Grapefruit Grove. And finally, Call Me Clover. So this is kind of a cool little way to add dimension to your punch shapes. Now this flower was punched with the Blossom Punch that was part of Celebration that I'm pretty sure, I'm not positive because they haven't been quite clear on it, pretty sure that it is coming back in the new annual catalog, which makes me happy. So to glue these little flowers on, I'm just going to take and stick them onto my roll of glue dots here for a second, just because that's quick and easy. And then I'm going to take the pointy end of my, whoops, get back in there, of my take your pick, and I'm going to pick them up and plop them down. So I'm going to get this out of the way. And we're going to start with our lovely lipstick. And it's going to go on just at the base of that strip. Okay. And then again with our grapefruit. And that's going to go right there. And I use the closed lid of the blue goo end to press them into place. It works as a nice little tool to press those down without losing your dimension on your flowers. Let's just make sure that that is centered. There we go. Except I've got sticky stuff on there and it's pulling my my flowers off instead of sticking it down. All right, and then we're going to do our green one. Call me Clover. And finally, Blueberry Bushel. We'll add this little guy down here. Okay, so there are our adorable little flowers. And then, of course, we have to add some bling. Hey, sister, how are you doing, Michelle? Hope you guys are good. How's Nellie girl? Hope she's feeling better. Poor puppy had a double ear infection. Hope she's doing well. All right, so we're going to just pop these. These are the Frosted and Clear Enamel Droplets. Or, sorry, epoxy droplets, not enamel. And I'm using the largest ones, the largest clear ones. You could use any of them. They really work quite well. The small ones also work, but I kind of like the extra bit of bling that the large ones provide. So, and they fit quite nicely in that area that I burnished with the stylus. Okay, so there are my little flowers. And then we are going to add our focal image, and it's going to kind of nestle in amongst the flowers there. Okay, so remember we popped this up already, so we're going to add a few dimensionals here just so that this whole thing lies flat. And then I'm going to add a little bit of fast fuse to the back of this shape because it's already popped, but I need it to be stuck to the card. So we're just going to center that on there and just kind of nestle it in amongst the flowers just like that. Isn't that fun? So fun and cute. Oh, good. I'm glad she's feeling better. Throw the ball for her from Auntie Lena. All right. So there is card number 1. Isn't that cute? Cute, cute, cute. And a little ray of sunshine on a gloomy, snowy, yucky Tuesday. All right. Let's get that out of the way. And I'm going to clear some space. I need my blends for another card. So we're going to get those out of there. And we need stamps to stay. All right, moving on. We are going to do this one next. So we're sticking with that same in color scheme. Oh, hi Deb. I missed it. I missed that you were you had joined us. I'm glad you made it. Being late is okay. You didn't miss a whole lot. All right, so again, we are going to stick with that same set of in colors. Now, it's kind of nice to see them all together, so I'll show you the stack of the 5 in colors. Okay, now right now you can get this set of 5 still. They are available in a set of 5 ink pads. And I mean, these are awesome basic colors for any stamper to have, right? So Pineapple Punch, Grapefruit Grove, Lovely Lipstick, Call Me Clover, Blueberry Bushel. Oh, it's sunny and warm in Calgary, is it, Deb? Well, you sent your freezing cold weather that you had last week to us here. Thank you very much. Next time you can keep it, okay? All right, so we are going to start by stamping our background piece. So this piece is just basic gray cardstock. It started out as 4 by 5 1/4, and then I ran it through my die cutting machine using the Ornate Borders die. So those are the ones that I featured last week, and I'm falling in love with this little die here. So you know how I was addicted to Stitch Scallop Edge die? I have a feeling it's going to be retiring, so this is going to be my one that replaces it. So you're going to see a lot of this one. Anyhow, I cut about 3/4 of an inch off when I did my die cutting. Okay, so that's what I was left with. So we are going to stamp some raindrops using Tone on Tone. So these little raindrops are in the stamp set, and I'm actually going to reorient the stamp here just so it's more straight up and down, because for this one, we want our raindrops to be coming straight down. So when you are stamping these, the cool thing about this stamp is that they're already kind of random. So it's pretty easy to do raindrops that don't look like a pattern, which is nice because, well, if I look outside today, in between the snow, we did have rain, and rain does not fall in a nice tidy pattern. So I'm just going to kind of work my way across inking up my stamp each time, and apparently my block as well. I should have used a little smaller block with this one. Anybody else ever get inky blocks? The trick then is not to rock, because when you do, you end up with a mess on your cardstock. We'll just do one more row across here. Just like that. There we go. Done and done. Okay. So we created our own gloomy little rain shower. This is pretty much what it looks like outdoors here these days. And then we are going to make our umbrellas. So this is like quickest, easiest thing ever to put these together. So I'm just going to set this aside. And all it is, I've taken some scrap of each one of the ink colors, okay? And we're going to stamp one of the partially closed umbrellas on each one. And I'm going to go from light to dark because then I don't have to clean my stamp in between. So we are going to ink up our pineapple punch first. Okay. Oh, except clearly I didn't clean my stamp in between after the last time I used it. Well, let's get rid of that ink on there and start again. Okay, here we go. Oh, look at that. Look it. Anybody ever done that before? Do you want to know how to fix it? Do you want me to fix it on live video? All you're going to do is take a paper towel and blot up all of that ink. Okay? And then you're just going to take a re-inker and re-ink it, and you won't even know it's there. Okay? It's totally fixable. A lot of people get very distressed when that happens. It happens all the time in my classes. And clearly I do it too. Because I forget to clean my stamps. So there you go. That's a very good reason for why you should always clean your stamps. All right, so I've done the pineapple punch. Now I'm going to bring in my Grapefruit Grove. Okay. Stamp that off a little bit. Again, because I'm going from light to dark, I don't need to worry as much about cleaning. And then we're going to bring in our lovely lipstick. Okay. And then, now this one I am going to clean because the lipstick is quite dark and I don't want to have purple. I want to have green. Okay, so now we're going to bring in Call Me Clover. And finally, we're going to bring in our Blueberry Bushel. Now, the other thing that you will want to make sure of when you are using a builder punch, it's always helpful to work in strips, okay? You're going to see in a second when I bring the punch over why I am stamping the way I am, in the orientation I am, and on strips of cardstock rather than larger pieces. So when I bring in the punch, you are going to see that, see how the closed umbrella is down here in the corner? So if I stamp on a larger piece, I'm going to waste all kinds of cardstock each time I punch, okay? So by using a smaller scrap like this, I can get that into the punch and not waste a whole bunch of cardstock, okay? So that's just a little tip for when you're using builder punches, okay? Oh, hi Mary Jane, how are you? Hi Jen, how are things? How's the mask making coming? Can't believe how many masks you guys have made. That's amazing. All right, next one, lovely lipstick. Same deal, we're gonna just slide it in. Pop that out. Grapefruit Grove. And Pineapple Punch. I've been calling Pineapple Punch Pineapple Parade for like 2 years since it came out. I keep mixing it up with Poppy Parade. Poppy Parade and Pineapple Punch. And I keep getting them wrong. But I finally got it right, and now they're retiring. Wouldn't you know it? All right, so now I have several little handles that I punched ahead of time. Just out of black cardstock. So I'm going to just add a little bit of fast fuse to the back of each of these. And just pop those on like that. I'm not going to worry too much because we're going to glue these onto our gray panel very shortly. Which way did I make these go? It's helpful if they're all going the same direction. So we'll pop that one on. A little bit of fast fuse. And we'll pop this guy on. Hi Alfie, how are you doing? We are healthy. We are good. I don't think my son has left the house in like 3 weeks. He has not gone anywhere. I have gone out to get groceries a few times. My husband's done a couple of Home Depot runs. They're doing curbside pickup because he's got a couple of little mini reno projects going on here. So he's had to do a couple of runs, but beyond that, we have not gone anywhere. Okay, so we've got our umbrellas done. And before we put them on, we're going to add our gingham. Okay, now to do that, I have a piece of pineapple punch. I almost said pineapple parade. I almost did it again. Pineapple punch cardstock. It is 1 1/8 by 5 3/8 inches. And then I have a piece of that pineapple punch gingham. It is cut to 4 by 1 1/2. Doesn't really matter too much. As long as it's more than 3/4 of an inch, it will be fine. So you can use up your scrap strips of this. So I'm going to glue it right along that bottom edge, leaving a very narrow 1/16 of an inch border. So we'll glue that on here, just like this. Okay, and I just want to make sure that my borders are equal. And then this one is going to get glued at the top, and it's going to overlap my gingham at the bottom. So again, anytime I'm trying to get something aligned and have a little bit of wiggle time, I like to use my Tombow. So we're going to pop that on and get the top lined up, and then I'm going to kind of look down the sides and make sure that it lines up with my gingham. Okay. All right. Next, we're going to glue on our umbrellas. So I glued the red, the yellow, and the blue on flat. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that. I just realized I did my handles going the opposite direction from my sample, but that's okay. It doesn't really matter. And the other thing I'm going to take care to do is make sure that they're not all kind of standing straight up. We just want to add a little bit of interest, okay, by having them kind of cockeyed. So we're going to add another like this. Okay, it's okay to extend off the edge a little bit, just not too much, or it's not going to fit in your envelope. Let's just tuck that over like that. Okay, and then my orange and green I'm going to pop up, but before I do, I'm going to add some little fussy cut flowers. Oh, I hope so too, Deb. I can't wait to see the new in colors. That's the first thing I always check when the new catalog posts for demonstrators. I go right to the page with colors and I check the new in colors, because that color for me is sort of fundamental to what I do. I love color, and the new in colors are always really exciting for me. So these little flowers I have already stamped and colored ahead of time. Okay, I use the same, well, not the same. I use three or the same colors, plus the light Night of Navy is very close to Blueberry Bushel. Okay, so that's what I use to color these flowers. So I'm going to take and add just a little glue dot to my flowers, and I'm just going to tuck them in so that they're kind of sitting in my umbrella like that. Okay, do the same thing on this one. So we'll add this little guy in here. Okay, and then we're going to pop it up with a couple of dimensionals. I'm actually going to put one right here as well so that that stays properly popped. So we'll add our green one. Let's do this one this way. Okay, and then we're going to add our Grapefruit Grove. Hi, Claire. Hi, Sue. How are you guys? Hope you both are healthy and staying safe. I can't wait for the day when we can all just go out again. Won't that be fun? We take things so much for granted. I don't think anybody's ever going to take for granted the ability to like just go out and move about your day without having to think about hygiene and disinfecting and all of that. Okay, we're going to glue this onto our card base. Our card base is 4 1/4 by 11. It's Whisper white cardstock. It's exactly the same. In fact, it's the other half of the sheet that I used on the last piece. Scored in the middle at 5 1/2. And I'm going to fold in half along my score line. And then we are going to pop this right onto the front of our card. I'm quite excited. There is new adhesive coming. I can't tell you any more than that, but it looks awesome. I haven't actually seen it yet, but there is some new adhesive coming in the new catalog that replaces Fast Fuse. I can't even tell you the happy dance that I did yesterday when I found that out. I was so excited. It was the highlight of my day. Earlier I mentioned I was having a pretty crappy day yesterday. That turned it around, let me tell you. All right, so here I have a Whisper White strip. This is actually a part of a die cut from the Ornate Layers dies. So I didn't cut the whole thing because I don't need the whole thing. So I'm going to stamp my sentiment and then trim off the excess. So we're going to stamp Showered with Love in black ink. Nope, sorry, we're stamping it in gray. That's why I don't have a black ink here, because I don't need it. We're going to stamp in basic gray. So I'm going to stamp right about here. Okay. And then I'm going to bring in my handy dandy little mini trimmer, and we're just going to chop a little bit of that off. So I'm going to cut it, let's do it about, I don't know, 2 inches. 2 inches looks good. Sure, why not? Just eyeball it. Okay, we're going to glue that one down. A little bit of Tombow. I won't need yours, Elfie. I have enough, I think. I can make what I have stretch until the new is available. Yes, I am so excited about this new adhesive. Like, I can't even tell you how excited. So when the retirement list posts tomorrow, you will see that Snail, which has been a go-to. It is my least favorite adhesive because it is not permanent here in Southern Ontario. Snail is going to be on the retiring list. So if you are a Snail lover, you are going to want to jump right on it and order a bunch because it is going away. But let me tell you, what is coming is going to be so much better. Okay, so while I've been chatting about adhesives, I have gone ahead and glued my little label onto the front of my card. And then this little heart was punched using the dog builder punch. So there's a little heart that punches out. I punched it from Lovely Lipstick cardstock. And then I popped it up with the dimensional. And then we're going to add a little bit of winky winky to our heart. And then we're going to do a little flicky flicky so that our raindrops are kind of shimmery. And that would be that. Okay, so let me show you what I did on the inside of my original. Okay, I added an It's Your Day. So I thought this would be a really cute little wedding shower card, which is why I chose the It's Your Day sentiment. Now on the inside here, I colored with my regular Stampin' Up markers. I didn't use my blends because when you color with blends, it bleeds through. And I didn't want to see the bleed through on the back of my card. Okay, you could totally use blends if you added a layer, but I decided just to use my Stampin' Up markers, which, by the way, do coordinate with these colors. If you haven't got those yet, you may want to pick them up as well. All right, so that is number 2. We're going to get that out of the way and get these out of the way, and then we're going to bring in number 3. Look at us rolling along here. Okay, I'm going to get rid of some stamps because I have too many sitting here. Okay, this is good. All right, this is our last one. Thanks, Martine. I'm glad you like it. So this is our last one. I used, again, in colors, but not all of them this time. I just used the Lovely Lipstick, Blueberry Bushel, and Call Me Clover. And I really like that color combo. Really like it. So we are going to start. I'm going to show you how I did my little paper pieced umbrella. And we're going to assemble our background as well. So to start, this little panel here is cut from Lovely Lipstick cardstock. It started out as 2 by 4 inches. And then I used that same little border die. Did I mention that this is going to quickly become my new favorite? Oh, Deb, I love Gingham too. You are going to want to pick up the Gingham, the Color Family DSP packs because they have Gingham in every color and they're going away. So make sure you put that on your order list for tomorrow. Oh, I'm glad you got those markers, Huda. That's good because they will be gone very soon. Okay, so I have cut this. So it ends up being about 1 3/4 inches after doing the die cut. Okay, so then I'm going to clean my little raindrop stamp. I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. I'm going to clean that up. And then we are going to grab our Lovely Lipstick ink, which I inadvertently put away. There it is. And we're going to stamp some raindrops on this little panel. But this time I'm going to stamp them on a bit of a diagonal. So I'm going to mount them on the stamp so that they're a little bit crooked. And then I'm going to kind of stamp my little rain shower here. So it's kind of wind-driven rain this time. Whoops, just put my finger in the ink. That's all right. It's a messy kind of day. Look at that. I'm getting ink all over my block. Wow. I'm a bit of a disaster today. All right. There we go. That is our little rain shower. Then we are going to go ahead and glue that onto our background panel. Oh, you like the colors? I like them too, Martine. I really like this combination. So this is a piece of smoky slate cardstock. It is 5 1/4 by 4 inches, and I ran it through my embossing machine using the Beads and Baubles embossing folder. So this is one that's part of the Noble Peacock suite, but I thought it kind of looked like raindrops. Right? It kind of looks like raindrops. So I thought, that works. So I'm going to go ahead and glue my little stamped border panel on along flush with the left edge of my background piece here. Okay, so it goes on just like that. Then we're going to take and add a little bit of ribbon. So this is Call Me Clover. This is the 1/4 inch grosgrain ribbon. This ribbon comes in each one of the retiring ink colors. So again, remember how I mentioned the retiring products or the retiring ink colors are going to sell out fast? This will be among those, okay? So if Call Me Clover is a favorite, you're going to want to pick up a roll of this ribbon because it will be gone very, very soon. Like as in, I'm betting it's sold out by Friday at the latest. It may even be gone by tomorrow, who knows. So I'm just adding a little glue dot to one end and then snipping off my roll, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other. So we've added our little bit of, whoopsie, that did not stick the way I wanted it to. Let's try that again. Come here, you. All right, there we go. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue that onto my card base so I can build the rest of my card. So here I have a 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 inch piece of smoky slate cardstock scored in the middle at 4 1/4. So I'm going to fold this in half along my score line. I love these colors too, Claire. They're so nice and fresh, and they just make me happy. Happy, happy, happy. So we're going to go ahead and glue this down. Now I need to be careful because fast fuse will tend to pull up the fibers if you go too fast on embossed cardstock. So I have to be careful. And I have been told that the new adhesive will do that too if you go too fast. So you have to be careful. But that's okay. I am used to that from the fast fuse. So I can handle that little requirement. So we're going to pop that onto the front of our card. I don't know what that little bit of goop is there. And then we are going to stamp our focal image. I'm going to set that aside. So I have already stamped the little rain boots on some of the Gingham Lovely Lipstick, and I fussy cut it out. So I stamped it in basic gray ink, and then I fussy cut it out. Really quick and easy to do. Okay, but we are going to stamp some flowers to go around that. So there are several little flowers in the stamp set. I'll just pull it out so you can see. It's really hard to see on the photopolymer, but I'm using this one and this. Yeah, these two. Okay, those are the two stamp images. And I'm going to have I want my boots to kind of be sitting on that stitched border so that they're grounded on the front of my card. Okay, so they're going to kind of sit there. So I'm going to have them kind of sitting off to the side so that I can make sure when I stamp my flowers, I get them at the right height for where I'm going to want my boots to go. Okay, so I'm going to just slide these over a little bit, and I'm going to stamp the large flowers here. Okay, and you'll see when I bring my boots back over, they're just going to peek out just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to add a set of the small flowers sort of down here. Let's make sure that is inked. Put them there. Okay, they're going to peek out from behind the boots on that side. And we're going to add another set just over here. Okay, and then when I put my boots on, they're all going to look like they're just sort of tucked in behind like that. Isn't that cute? All right, we're going to do some coloring. So I am using the Dark Lovely Lipstick blends, the Dark Call Me Clover, and the Light Night of Navy. Okay, the Light Night of Navy is very, very close to the Blueberry Bushel. All right, so there is no Stampin' Blend set that is Blueberry Bushel, but the Light Night of Navy is very, very close. So I'm coloring the largest flower in the Lovely Lipstick, and I'm sorry I have to use my brush tip or my bullet tip because my brush tip is really frayed. And we're going to color this little guy with the lipstick. And we're going to color this little guy here. Okay, again, I'm not really worried about doing any shading. I just want to fill those in. Okay, then I'm going to bring in my light Night of Navy, and I'm going to color the rest of the flowers with that. So we'll do all of these guys. It's so much quicker to color with the brush tip, I gotta say, which is why my brush tips always wear out, because I use them way more than my bullet tips. And then this guy, and then this little guy. Okay, and then I'm going to color the leaves and the centers of the flowers using my dark Call Me Clover. So we'll just add, these go really quick because it's literally 2 brush strokes and you're done with these little bitty flowers. They're so cute. I love these. I can't wait. On Friday, I have some really cute little projects. I'm not going to give you a sneak peek, but they are simple stamping projects using this stamp set. And I'll just give you a little hint that I'm using these flowers a lot because they're so, so cute. So I hope you'll join me on Friday evening for my Simple Stamping Friday Night Live video. And we'll just get these little guys colored in. We're almost there. There we go. All done. So, so cute. So cute. All right, so we can go ahead and glue our boots on. Okay, so they're just going to get glued flat. And I'm going to just position them so that the flowers are just kind of peeking out from behind them. So I'm going to just kind of place them right there. Okay, isn't that cute? Oh, love it. Okay, so now we are going to do our paper pieced umbrella. So I have a little bit of scrap here to start. I'm going to stamp my umbrella just on white cardstock right near the bottom in the black ink. But then I'm also going to stamp the umbrella once on each one of the colors of gingham. So once on the Call Me Clover, once on the Lovely Lipstick, and once on the Blueberry Bushel. Okay. Now you'll notice I made sure that I was stamping straight on the gingham pattern. It just looks better if you make sure that your umbrellas are all oriented straight. Okay. Now this is an important tip when you're paper piecing. Hi, Ben Ouellette. How are you doing? Thanks for joining me. Ben was a student of mine forever ago. He played the alto saxophone. So when you are fussy cutting this out to do your paper piecing, you want to make sure that you are cutting on the inner line. So when you're looking at this line, there's sort of the outside edge of the line and the inside edge. So an important tip when you're doing this is to cut on that inside line like this. Okay, and that is just going to help you when you are piecing this together onto your white image. It's going to make the pieces fit a little bit better. Okay, so we're going to get rid of this little bit here. Again, I'm just cutting on the inside of that line. So you just want to take care to make sure that you're cutting nice and evenly. Okay, so there's my green panel. Then we're going to cut the middle panel out on the Lovely Lipstick. So same thing, I'm going to cut along that inside line. So I don't want to see too much black showing around my cut piece. Okay, so we're just going to come around like this and cut this bottom bit out. And there we go. And then we're going to cut out this right side one on the Blueberry Bushel. So same thing. We're just cutting along that inside edge. Okay, and then same thing down this way. It's a little bit harder to do on the darker color because there's not as much contrast. So it's a little bit hard to see where the edge of that black line is. And then we're going to do this little bit down here. Okay, so now we are going to punch out our plain white umbrella. So we're going to pop that out of here, just like that. And then we are going to glue our little fussy cut bits on. So you're going to see, because we were really careful about cutting those bits out, that they are going to nestle in there, and you're going to see some of that stamped line underneath. Okay, and that is going to give your paper piecing a little bit tidier look. So I'm just going to put a little teeny bit of glue there. And we're going to pop this one on and just get that positioned. And for this, you absolutely want to use liquid glue, okay? Because it gives you that wiggle time to get it adjusted. And then we're going to add a little bit of glue to this one. Glue this guy on. And then the last one, this little bit. And we'll glue that one on. Okay, you do not need a lot of glue to stick these little bits on, okay? Like just a little dab will do you. All right, so there is my cute little gingham umbrella. Isn't that sweet? All right, so now we still need to stamp our handle. So we're going to do that real quick. And again, keeping in mind that the handle is upside down on the punch. So just to make it easier on ourselves, we'll orient it correctly. And then we're going to center that in the punch and pop it out. Okay? All right. So now we get to assemble our little umbrella. Now, I want this to tuck in behind my boots, and I am going to trim this off. It's going to look like it's coming from behind the boots, but it's actually just going to be trimmed off like that. Okay, I'm going to add a little glue dot to hold the end in place. So we're going to just pick those up a little bit. There we go. And pop that down. Okay, and then this is going to get popped up with a couple of dimensionals. It is, isn't it cute, Sue? I love this bundle. It is just an adorable bundle. I'm very much hoping it carries over into the new catalog because I really, really like it. It's adorable. Okay, so there is our focal image, done and done. Okay, so we are ready to glue that onto our card. Now we're gonna glue it so we have almost an equal border top and bottom. I'm gonna use a bit of fast fuse for that. And we're going to pop that on right about there. Okay. And then we need to stamp our sentiment. So I have another, so both of these little scalloped rectangles were die cut from Whisper White cardstock using the Stitch So Sweetly dies. And I just realized I forgot, there's my stamp. I thought for a minute that I had forgotten it, but I didn't. Okay, so we're going to stamp that in, I'm going to use the black because I don't know what I did with my gray. So we're just going to stamp that centered on that cute little die cut rectangle. And then we're going to pop that onto our card. We're going to actually pop it up with a couple of dimensionals. And pop it onto our card just like this. So cute. Okay, and then our last little touch is to add a bow. So here is your weekly bow tying lesson. So we're going to take some of that Call Me Clover ribbon, and we're going to pinch the ribbon between our thumb and index finger to make two little bunny ears. Now, again, important to make sure that you keep that ribbon from twisting. Okay, it stays flat. I'm going to take my left loop, cross it over the right, bring it around and through, and pull. And there is my cute little bow. Okay, so again, once you get your bow formed, you need to tease it a little bit and play with the size of your loops until you get it exactly the size and shape that you want. We're going to trim off our excess, and then we're going to pop it onto our card just down here at the bottom like that. So we just want to take care that we're not covering up our sentiment. So I'm just going to put it on at a bit of an angle, just like that. Isn't that cute? So fun. Now again, I'll show you what I did on this one. I added a Whisper White panel on this one and added another sentiment. No matter the weather, we're friends forever, and some more little flowers. So let me bring back all three projects again so you can see them all together. Actually, these need to go down below. So we'll get rid of all our mess here. And there we go. I hope you enjoyed those. They're so cute and cheerful, and we all need that during these not so much fun days. So thanks for tuning in with me today, guys. Now, before I let you go, I need to tell you that you have one more week to take advantage of my Ornate Thanks online class. So this was the class that I kicked off last week. It is free with a $60 order using this host code. Now the information for this is posted. It's actually pinned to the top of this page, my business page. So you can find this. You don't have to worry about trying to write it down now. But the class includes all the supplies needed to make 5 cards. So there are 3 standard cards and then 2 fun gatefold cards. Okay, so if you are interested in taking advantage of that, I would really recommend waiting until tomorrow. Actually, I would not recommend waiting until tomorrow. Order your in color products tonight. Use this host code and you can get that class for free. Okay. Thanks so much for tuning in today, you guys. I will be back on Friday evening for my Friday Night Live using some simple stamping techniques using this awesome stamp set. Okay? Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great week.